At this time, we would like to introduce the starting lineup for Langley United. Number 1, the goalkeeper, Matas de Souza. Number 3, Nicholas Papakirakopoulos. Number 4, Jaden Manetta. Number 5, Adam Aduti. Number 9, Dominic Di Paola. Number 10, Ivan Maija. Number 12, Axel DeVries. Number 15, Lucas Friend. Number 16, Tristan Otomaji. Number 20, Vitor Lucas. And number 23, Grant Verhoeven. And now, we would like to introduce the starting lineup for our Burnaby FC. Number 22, the goalkeeper, Roko Vucic. Number 2, Lucas Dasovic. Number 4, the clan, Bro. Number 5, Josh Tomei. Number 10, Oliver Herbert. Number 11, Brennan Burst. Number 14, Luke Norman. Number 17, Eddie Ferrier. Number 20, Michael Beecroft. Number 21, Adriano Carvalho News. And number 27, Nico Nadeau. Tonight's match will be officiated by referee Joshua Eubank and assistant referees Liam Averill and Akbar Mohaz. The fourth official is Billy Chang. Are you interested in becoming a referee? BC Soccer wants to hear from you. Please visit bcsoccer.net/referees for more information on how BC Soccer can help you progress in your officiating career. At this time, we ask you to please rise if you are able, and please remove your hats for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem.
Welcome back to Burnaby Lake, Burnaby, beautiful British Columbia, for the second of our Game of the Week doubleheader as Burnaby FC host table-topping Langley United in what should be a very interesting clash indeed. It's a warm one here in Burnaby, 18 degrees, feeling like 22 as the teams kick off, and we should be in for an exciting matchup this afternoon. The women's game was a 5-goal thriller. What will the men's one hold in store this afternoon? Getting straight into the starting lineups for Langley United, led by head coach Azad Palani, his second year in charge of the team. Starting in goal for them, his second appearance of the season for VFC, loaned down from VFC, to Langley United, as number 1, Matthias de Souza. Number 3 is Nico Papakirakopoulos. Number 4, Jaden Manetta. Number 5, Adam Hajeki. Number 9, Dominic De Paula. Number 10, Ivan Mejia. Number 12, Axel De Vries. Number 15, Lucas Friend. Number 16, Tristan Otoamagi. Number 20, another VFC loanee for the day, is Vitor Lucas. Number 23 is Grant Verhoeven. For Burnaby, led by joint co-head coaches Joe Zuppo and Adriano Clementi. In goal for them is number 22, Rocco Vukic. Number 2, Lucas Dazovic. Number 4, Declan Fro. Number 5, Josh Tomei. Number 10, Oliver Herbert. Number 11, Brennan First. Number 14 is Luke Norman. Number 17 is Eddie Ferrier. Number 20, Michael Beecroft. Number 21, Adriano Carvalho Nunes. And number 27, Nico Nadeau. Man in the middle for this one is referee Joshua Hooving. First assistant referee is Liam Abreu, and unfortunately don't have the second assistant referee or the fourth official listed on the app. I'm your match commentator Michael McCall, and I'll have the call for you this afternoon and all season long here on BCPL YouTube channel. Burnaby in the all black jerseys, going from left to right in this first half. Langley in the all white jersey and shorts combo with the yellow and black famous Admiral frontage. Very iconic Admiral look. Great to see it back, as I always say whenever I do one of these Langley FC games. Burnaby 5th in the BCPL standings. Both teams have played 7 matches. For Burnaby, they've won 2, they've drawn 3, they've only lost 2, they've scored 11, they've given up 11, and they're sitting on 9 points. For Langley, it's a perfect 7 wins out of 7. They're the leading scorers in the league with 25 goals. They've conceded the least in just 3 goals. They're sitting on 21 points. 5 ahead of second placed TSS Rovers, and TSS and third placed Altitude are needing Langley to slip up and drop some points in the second half of the season if they are going to make a title challenge. Can't help but think that the June 11th game out in Langley, the day before Canada's first World Cup game, is going to be a pivotal one as Langley host TSS in this one. They've steamrollered their opponents at the start of this season, but the last couple of games have been close, edgy affairs, as Lucas Friend heads that one just over. A 3-1 win over Altitude 2 games ago, and then a nervy 4-2 win over Unity. Unity surprising in that one with the fight that they put up, and it was level at 2 apiece going into the last 4 minutes of the match before Langley managed to come away with a big 3 points. The goals for and the goal difference that they've got, it's like an extra point to them as well. So TSS and Altitude, as mentioned, are needing some team to hand Langley a loss before they get to play them again. This is the first meeting of the year between these two sides. Their return game out in Langley in the last game of the year on July 5th. Last year, Burnaby won this home game 2-1 on May 30th before a 1-1 draw at Langley. So interestingly, Langley have never beaten Burnaby in the BCPL, but they're very much on the front foot here as they get the corners taken short to Mejia. He sends it in and it's headed home, and the opening goal just 2 minutes in, and it's Dominic De Paula. A lovely chipped, weighted cross in from Ivan Mejia, and Langley off and running 2 minutes into this one. It's Burnaby now, Langley United 1, Dominic De Paula. Interesting, the shout from the bench from head coach Azad Balani is Langley, have fun, keep going. And they are just a free-flowing football side at the moment. 14 different goal scorers heading into this game for Langley. For Burnaby, 6 different players have found the back of the net. Their leading scorer, Max Comcia, starting on the bench in this one, which is a little bit of a surprise. Even Mejia is leading the way in goals with 4 Lucas' friend Vitor Lucas and Brody Thomas not too far behind with 3 goals each. Burnaby fighting back right away as Nico Nadeau flashes one over. That goal, incidentally, for Dominic De Paulo also moves him up to the 3-goal mark, and it's a 2nd assist of the season for Ivan Mejia. De Vries powering up that right wing, gets the cross in and not taking any chances there is Eddie Ferrier, and he'll head that behind for a 2nd corner in the early going here. And this time they're going to send it in long. Oh no, they're not. It's a short one. This time it's to Lucas, Vitor Lucas, that whips that one in. The Brazilian that's loaned down from Vancouver FC for this game. He's had a big impact so far, Vitor Lucas. 3 goals on the season, and he's looked terrifying to defend out there. And this is the perfect start for Azad Palani and his side. Really taking the game to Burnaby in the early going. Free kick. Doesn't really come to anything. It's put back in, and another header comes in. Jaden Manetta connecting, but the flag up very quickly on the far side. It wouldn't have counted anyway. It's a windy one, as you can probably hear it rattling through the mics. This Burnaby side very heavily made up of UBC Thunderbird players. So they've had the chemistry coming into the season. It just hasn't fully clicked for them so far this year, though. Starting to hit a bit of form in the last couple of games as Lucas tearing up that left wing. That one just parried up into the air and bringing ooze from everyone in attendance here. And there's so many goals throughout this team. It's like a scary attack as De Paula whips another one in, and that's straight onto the head there of Lucas Dazovic, and he took the full blunt of that and goes down in a heap. That'll bring the trainers on. There's certainly a wealth of talent at the disposal of Azad Palani. It is the big advantage for the team that wins the championship and will be in the Canadian Championship representing the league. They kind of get almost the pick of the players outside of just existing connections, because everyone wants to be a part of that team. And they certainly gave a good account of themselves against Vancouver FC as a dangerous corner whipped in just over the head of Manetta. He's already got a couple of goals this year for Langley and looks hungry to add to his tally today, as does Ivan Mejia with that long range effort That's easily dealt with by Rocco Vukic in the Burnaby goal. UBC Thunderbird keeper, who will be looking to try and establish himself as the number one with the Thunderbirds this coming year. In his 2 years there so far, he's only made 8 appearances. Half of those, though, he's kept a clean sheet. Didn't play in his rookie year as Vitor Lucas with the big challenge going in there on Cash Fenrich. Lucas, the 20-year-old from Brazil, coming to Vancouver FC from Bragantino under-20s. Previously played with Coritiba under-20s as well. Won a Brazilian under-23 championship in 2024. And it's funny how the game of football takes you places. He's now here at the Burnaby Lake Sports Complex for the table-topping Langley United. And I know whenever we do these Langley United games, or even the TSS games with their tie-up with Pacific FC, a lot of people are asking what the deal is with the loanees from the CPL sides. You can have a maximum of 3 loanees per game from a CPL team, 2 outfield players and a goalkeeper. Unlimited appearances for under-23 players before the roster freeze that comes after game 10. So Langley United can only have these drop-downs for another 2 matches after this. Anyone that's older than 23 can only play 3 times altogether over those first 10 games. And Langley have very much successfully used that partnership with Vancouver FC. They share a stadium. Azad Palani was the assistant coach under Afshin Gopi for a couple of years there. It's the first kind of foray forward for Burnaby comes to nothing as Matthias de Souza collects that. 19-year-old who's had a good record here in the BCPL, winning the championship with Langley last year. Who's with the Whitecaps for a couple of seasons before that. And got to make his CPL debut against Halifax in the season opener back in April for Vancouver FC when Callum Irvin was injured. And he had a very good showing in that, only beaten by a superb distance goal. He was picked by VFC 5th overall in the 2025 U Sports draft, and a big prospect for VFC. Not that you see Callum Irvin being dislodged from that starting spot anytime soon, it has to be said. Now, Langley United have been so solid at the back so far this season. Their first 5 games they played this year, he didn't concede a goal. They've conceded 3 over their last 2. They'll be hoping to get back to their stinginess this afternoon, as they look to make it 8 wins out of 8. And it's been a mixed time of it for Burnaby FC. Winless in their last 3 is the glass half full way of looking at things. I'm sure Joe Zuppo and Adriano Clementi, though, would want to point out that they've only had 1 loss in their last 6, because there's been 3 draws in there, and it's those draws that has cost this team being higher up the standings. But this is definitely going to be one of the big tests for Langley. Of their 7 games in the second half of the season, 5 of them are away from home, the first of them today. They've got tricky trips coming up next against Kamloops and Nanaimo United. We'll have that Kamloops Langley game in 2 weeks' time as well, incidentally, as our featured game of the week on Friday, June 5th. Next weekend, we're over to the island for the first time this year as Nanaimo host Altitude. Altitude's women looking to try and have a strong second half of the season and make it back-to-back championships for them. They've got a 5-point gap to try and chase down, though, from Vancouver Rise. And the men's side, this Langley United side, have that 5-point lead as well, looking to add to that today. As Otamagi powering forward, played out to De Paulo, who'd come back from an offside position. Long ball forward, and Burnaby wanted the free kick there. They felt Michael Beecroft had been blocked as he tried to power his way through. Lucas nicely up that left wing, tries to buy the free kick as well. Not happy that the referee didn't give it. Did look like he had a good case there. It was kind of right in front of me. The referee deeming that a good challenge though. Ferrier up the wing for Beecroft. Beecroft muscling his way through there from Papakyriakopoulos. The sliding tackle coming in from the left back, wins that one cleanly. Papakyriakopoulos, very experienced, played the last couple of years pro over in Norway. Now looking for his next pro opportunity as that ball came flying back there onto Josh Tomey. He took the full blunt of that. And the trainer will come on, and while the trainer comes on, we'll take this opportunity to have a quick refreshment break in the booth. And good to see Josh Tomey back on his feet. Doesn't look too much worse for me, as the trainer wanted to just give him full time to recover. It's been an enjoyable first 17 minutes. Burnaby not able really to launch any attacks yet, but starting to come forward here as that one just falls behind Oliver Herbert. Now Langley will go the other way. This is going to be played at a scattergun pace for much of this game. It's going to be end-to-end stuff. These are two teams that like to move the ball. Langley have just proved such a tricky side to break down so far this year. But this will certainly be a test for them. As De Vries on throw-in duty here. Mejia chips that forward, brought down, and wins the free kick for the tackle for Calvarero Nunes. Mejia standing over this free kick. It looks like it's going to be him that's going to take it as an outswinger. Indeed it does. There's a 6-yard box, and De Vries off the bar. A powerful header from Axel De Vries. Almost doubling the lead for the visitors. The 18-year-old from Kelowna coming off a good rookie season with SFU. Played in 14 of the Red Leafs matches and had a great opening campaign in the BCPL with Langley last year, having had experience with Vancouver FC's under-19s before that. Papakiriakopoulos plays that forward. It's won back though by Burnaby. Now, can they get something going here? Held up by Nadeau. Herbert Little, touch back to Oliver Herbert, makes room for the shot, but it's a wild one in the end. And we've seen the goal scoring threat that Oliver Herbert can pose both in the BCPL and in youth sports. Had a great rookie season, Oliver Herbert, with UBC. 3 goals and 4 assists. Wasn't able to contribute either goals or assists in his sophomore campaign. But such a tricky player now. Great player to have in that number 10 role, which he is this afternoon. And on the bout as Brennan first moving that one forward. Dazovic, so a rookie at UBC in 2024, didn't play for them last year, so it's interesting to see if he's maybe going to be back in the mix in 2026 for Mike Mosher's side. Herbert, he's kind of gone out into the wing role there, and it's threaded back through from first, looking to play in Herbert. Burnaby starting to find a little bit of a foothold in this game now, after surviving most of the early Langley pressure. If you were late joining us, the goal coming just 2 minutes in for Langley United. A short corner taken to Even Mejia, and a delicately chipped ball into the 6-yard box, finished by Dominic De Paula. That is the difference between these two sides right now. Herbert again inside to Beecroft. His shot takes a deflection on the way through, and D'Souza will just easily come out and fall on that. Lucas. Still Vitor Lucas, you can see his fancy footwork. Sometimes it does feel he does a little bit too much. As that's in, looking for De Paula, who was spinning round trying to meet that. Seems to have hurt himself in the process, falling awkwardly. Looks in all sorts of pain off behind the goal. And De Paula still down off the pitch, which game doesn't need to be stopped. He is off the pitch. The trainer can just come around, but he's coming onto the pitch to go behind the goal. The referee just telling him he's going to have to go back round to the halfway line to come back on. Action back underway. We've moved past the midway point of the first half. League leading Langley with a 1-goal advantage so far. But it's Burnaby in the last few minutes that's upped their game. Declan Froe on the ball just now. Brennan first plays that back in. It's just too much on that over the head of Luke Norman. Lucas Friend holding the ball up there and getting clattered for his trouble by Lucas Dazovic. The interesting VFC connection there, of course, is Nick Dazovic is the assistant coach with Vancouver FC, and Rob Friend, Lucas's dad, is the owner. He's here today watching his son in action. Was having a chat with him before this one started, as he's watching the VFC Super game on his laptop at the same time. And that's going to bring up a yellow card here for kicking the ball away to Lucas Friend. And De Paula's day is done. He looks like he may have done something to his shoulder. He's getting a little bit bandaged up behind the goal there, and Brodie Thomas coming on for De Paula. Certainly not a bad substitution to bring on for Langley. We'll get to that in a second as the ball forward. A bit of hesitation there as Hajeki and D'Souza got on each other's way. Almost letting Oliver Herbert nip in. But the 3-goal De Paula replaced by the 3-goal Brodie Thomas. And it's Thomas on the ball just now, powering forward here. He's got a couple of options either side, out to the right to Mejia. And Dazovic does well to not just knock the ball away from Mejia, but spark something here for Burnaby. First. Out to Ferrier. Beecroft just muscled off the ball there by Jaden Manetta.
Yellow card issued to Langley United, number 15, Lucas Friend, in the 26th.
And that just has too much on it and bounces away from Vitor Lucas. Papakiriakopoulos with a throw-in to Atamagi. And Verhoeven just plays that all the way back to Manetta. And Langley will build out off the back. Lucas does well to keep that alive. Certainly been a interesting test. Eddie Ferrier, the young Coquitlam player, marking Vitor Lucas. He's definitely a handful out there. Ferrier spent time this past fall season with Vancouver FC's under-19s. Beecroft touch out there to Calvero Nunes. And after their early spell of pressure, Burnaby's enjoyed more of the ball in the closing moments, and Langley's been reduced to trying to hit on the counter here. Some of Langley's games this year have been pretty one-sided, but they're certainly into a battle here. As you imagine, the second half of the season, teams are going to be very fired up to try and take points off the league leaders, but they're breaking here with Verhoeven. Thomas and Lucas, it's inside to Thomas. Takes a touch inside, fires this shot off, and that didn't miss by much, but Rocco Vukic was down to meet it anyway, I think, if it had been on target. But Brodie Thomas showing his explosive pace there. He's coming back from an injury that derailed the end of his season. He did get the chance to play and captain his side against Vancouver FC in the Canadian Championship, and for a player that has been a Langley United lifer, first playing with them from I think the age of 13. He's been with them for 12 years altogether. Was Langley's first ever signing, and fittingly their first ever goal scorer in their inaugural season last year. And the Langley United Soccer Association celebrating their 100th year anniversary this year, and what a special occasion that's been for the storied side from the Valley. Ferrier looking for some movement, tries to get it to Beecroft. It's one back, and Lucas with a big boot to send it up the field. It's only going to fall though to Carvalero Nunes. Dazovic looking for the ball forward. Brought down well by Norman. Herbert now gives it back to Carvalero Nunes, who sends it in. It comes back out to Herbert. Good delivery into the box, and a little check-in challenge there, taking Nico Nadeau out of the play before he could get onto that. And now Langley quick to go the other way as we move into the final quarter of an hour. Lovely ball forward by Lucas. Friend making room for the shot, and the low one easily dealt with by Vukic in the end. Also, just to make mention, I'm not sure if the mic picks it up or not, but there is a big game going on behind us as well for Burnaby FC's youth sides. So if you do hear some whistles that you're wondering what that's for, it is not necessarily for this game. Certainly thrown me a little bit during the first game, but I think I've just blocked it out now and got used to what is going on the pitch here. Just eludes Declan Froe, the 18-year-old that is going to be going to UBC this coming U Sports season. So I'm going to see a lot of him when I commentate for the Thunderbirds. This will be my 10th season as UBC Thunderbirds commentator. If you get a chance to get up to Thunderbird Stadium during the season, it's a lot of fun to watch both the men and the women's sides. To me, plays it forward if Ferrier flicks that back out. And the Nadeau inside now to Beecroft. He had the chance for the shot, he just wanted that extra touch. He should have maybe fired that one off, but Burnaby keeping it alive. It's chipped in by First, and it's too much on that, and that would just land on top of Mateus de Souza's goal. Verhoeven plays that forward. That looked that Friend was offside. The flag has stayed down though, as Friend keeps that in. Touches it inside and it takes a deflection off the back of Josh Tomei. Out for another Langley corner. They had a few in the early going. Lucas just slowing the game down a little bit here. Lucas sends it into the near post. It's headed clear. Langley's pressing game, forcing Burnaby back there, but the last touch comes off Mejia. Oh, and that throw-in is picked off well by Friend. Good anticipation there from the young Langley striker. Norman flicks up to Fro. Verhoeven sprays it out to De Vries on the wing, brings it down well, cuts inside. Herbert all over the back of him. De Vries still battling away, gets the ball and doesn't get the clean connection there, and it's snuffed out by Burnaby. Into the last 10 minutes now of a entertaining, fast-paced first half. Mejia was looking for the give and go with Friend, but he just stumbled as he tried to get onto that pass to him. Hajeki just sending that one forward. Burnaby again will get a chance to build out from the back. And I feel they can very much get themselves back into this game. They've been playing some nice stuff without really threatening in the final third, as Dazovic does well. Get that back to Vokic. And Fro now. Bringing it out, former Whitecaps Academy alumni, Declan Fro. Moved to Vancouver U19s from the Whitecaps Academy. And it comes back to Herbert, he gets the shot, and it was a bit of a grass cutter bouncing along there, and D'Souza having to use every inch of his big 6'4" frame to get down to keep that one out. This one back, Beecroft, and he had more time there to pick out a better shot. Took that too quickly, and Michael Beecroft maybe in the best opportunity, the two best opportunities that Burnaby's had in this first half, not able to take any of them. Coming off a 5-goal season with the UFV Cascades, he's had 4 years out in Abbotsford. Beecroft again. Out to first. That one's just behind Nadeau there. Thomas choosing to go to the outside, and well tracked back by Dazovic, not allowing Brodie Thomas any room out there. Oh, and it's won back well by First. Norman back to First. Can Burnaby capitalise on this now? Herbert driving it forward for Burnaby. Calvarero Nunes just can't get the cross in. Actually, apologies, that was Norman that just couldn't get the cross in there. Seems a bit winded as well after that. And Lucas scream of anger there for him as he was sent the dummy by First. Friend brings it in well, but 3 Burnaby players around him. Goes back to Otamagi. Mejia now storming forward, but under pressure there from Ferrier. Had to get rid of the ball, and it just runs through and behind for another Burnaby goal kick as we move into the last 5 minutes now. The first half here at Burnaby Lake. Langley holding the 1-0 lead, but Burnaby looking the more likely to add to the scoreboard before half-time here. Nadeau leaves it for Beecroft. He's looking for his options, and it's found the foot of Otamagi instead. Lucas now looking for some options, threads it through to Friend. Nice first touch from Friend to take him away, centres it, and it's tucked away by Thomas, but the flag up on the far side for offside. But that was an explosive break there from Langley, and Lucas Friend did so well to not only bring that down and make space to get the cross in. Thomas tucked it away with aplomb, but he'd gone too early to get that extra step, and it remains 1-0. Herbert trying to get that out to Ferrier. Lucas back doing defensive work, and doing good defensive work at that. The Brazilian tries to knock it past Nadeau, but Nadeau has the better of it. Herbert anticipated the challenge, tried to jump out of the way, and that just allowed Verhoeven to storm forward, but he's out of position now. First to Norman, threads it through Beecroft, chasing that one down. But a Langley foot puts that out for a throw-in. Burnaby very much turning the heat up here in the closing minutes of the first half. Nadeau cuts to the outside, headed down by Herbert, and Norman just can't get onto the end of that, and D'Souza comes out instead. Norman and D'Souza will both know each other well from being in the Whitecaps Academy. And I swear Matthias D'Souza looks bigger every time I see him. He's officially down as 6'4". And D'Souza just slowing it down now for Burnaby. Or sorry, for Langley, as Burnaby trying to turn the heat up a little bit. Cheap giveaway though from Lucas. Nadeau out to Norman, who's on the right now. Into first, he takes the touch. Too much traffic to get the shot off. Norman now dancing into the box. He's looking for the give and go with Beecroft, but it just bounced off Beecroft, and it's going to be Friend now bringing it forward here. Lucas down after that challenge. Slow to get up still. Haven't seen him in action for Vancouver FC yet, but has impressed when we've seen him here in the BCPL. Papakiriakopoulos now. Now we'll just run back to Rocco Vukic in the Burnaby goal. Into the last minute here of the first half. We'll keep an eye on the fourth official. There won't be too much time added on, I wouldn't think, as the shot comes in from Lucas. Didn't get much power on that, and that was easily dealt with by Vukic once again. It's a long ball forward for Beecroft to try and chase down. Do wonder if we see Max Comcia come on at half time, just to add a bit more spark up top. Burnaby's leading scorer for the season. Verhoeven putting himself around nicely there to fend off that challenge and then win the ball there, and that's going to spring Mejia to go through. He was looking for Friend to make the run. He checked that a little bit, and then Thomas to the far post, and that one did not miss by much, as the fourth official indicates a minimum of 2 minutes to get added on at the end of the first half here. But that was a great chance for Langley to double their lead just before half time. They've been good at getting these goals late in both halves of their matches so far this year. Norman stretches and brings that down, but then shows a little bit too much of it. It's following through, but D'Souza with a big boot to send it up the pitch. It's back out now to Lucas. What a pass from Vitor Lucas over the head of Dasovic into the path of Thomas, but he gets that one taken off him by Calvarero Nunes. Beecroft, he's out wide now, plays it into the centre, spinning Norman gets his shot blocked. That's a little push in the back there by Nadeau. The referee lets that go. And D'Souza will just bring it down. De Vries up the right wing for Mejia. Big tackle coming in from Dazovic, but Mejia bounces off it. Still even Mejia. Goes for goal and finds the far corner. And even Mejia, 2 minutes into first half stoppage time, doubles Langley's lead and gets his 5th goal off the season as well. The initial ball up the wing from Axel De Vries, and then Mejia still had a lot of work to do. He had Friend to his inside, decided to go himself and tucks it away past Rocco Vukic to the far corner, and it's Burnaby 0, Langley 2, and the league leaders are going to go in at the break in a lot happier position than it maybe looked that they were for large chunks of this first half. But that is what champions do. They find a way to get the goals when it matters. And they scored at the start of the first half. They've scored at the end of the first half. And the half-time whistle sees them go in with a 2-goal lead. It's Burnaby 0, Langley 2. It's been a pulsating first half. What will the second 45 minutes hold in store? Join us in 15 minutes to find out.
Burnaby FC swag and merchandise booth. A reminder to And over to Mr. Food Steak for food and refreshments available behind the stands.
Welcome back to a little windy now, Burnaby Lake Stadium, but I'm sure the players will appreciate any wind out there because we're into the low 20s for the second half of this one. It's our BCPL Men's Division game of the week as Burnaby had a great performance in the first half, but they find themselves going into the second half trailing 2-0 to league leading Langley United. Substitution for Langley at the half as well. VFC draft pick Joseph Green, the 19-year-old Winnipegger, coming in for number 12 Axel de Vries. And that's a like-for-like swap in the right-back position. Green with 1 goal on the season so far, and a string of good performances out there as well. And I know a lot of these UBC players on the Burnaby side will be familiar with Green, 2025 rookie with Mount Royal Cougars. He was picked 3rd overall in the 2026 U Sports draft by VFC. No changes for Burnaby at the half, so we'll see if they can build on a good first half performance, but this time maybe have a little bit more quality in the final third. That's what's really let them down. And as soon as I say that, there is a change I just see there for Burnaby as number 25, Marcus Rukavina, has come on, as has number 9, Max Comsia. That wasn't initially announced, but they're just announcing that as I say that. And Michael Beecroft is off. And 17, Eddie Ferrier making way along with Beecroft. Max Comsia, 5 goals on the year, is the leading scorer for Burnaby. I was a bit surprised not to see him get the start this afternoon. Marcus Rukavina hasn't found the back of the net yet this season, but 5 goals for UBC in his last 2 years there. He kind of redshirted in his first year, didn't see the pitch and got all 5 goals there in his second year last year, and was very good, especially coming off the bench for UBC. So we'll see if he can do the same spark for Burnaby now. Experience in the BCPL the last couple of seasons, 2024 with the Whitecaps and then last year here with Burnaby. As Thomas now brings it forward to Vitor Lucas. Lucas has come all the way out to the left now. Nice little touch inside to Papakyriakopoulos. It takes a deflection off row behind for the first corner of the second half, and it goes the way of the visitors from Langley. Lucas over to take this one. Good delivery right on top of Rukic. Lucas' friend was in his way there and he didn't really have a clean punch on it. Does get it clear though. As Thomas twisting, turning, just loses the ball in the end. Now Burnaby will bring it out. First, it's a good ball out wide for Fro to chase down. He's going to get on it as well. Has to drag it back though, and it just takes a touch off Mineta. It's going to be out for a Burnaby throw-in right down by the corner flag. Adriano Carvalero Nunes quickly gets on with the throw-in. Thought he was going to go long at first, but saw first making some movement. He threads that through, looking to try and play in Norman, but big tackle there from Mineta. Here doing well to battle through, and that's a beautiful ball. It just held up in the end. Almost had the weight on it to play in Thomas there. This is nice movement here from Burnaby. The shot comes off from Norman, but easily dealt with by D'Souza. Burnaby pressing here and forcing Langley to move out to the other side. Mejia holding off the challenge of first. He has to go all the way back to Ajeki. Verhoeven gives it away first. Nice little play in there, and a chance here for Comsia. Big save from D'Souza. Rukavina with a little back heel, setting Comsia through, and Burnaby now turning up the pressure at the start of the second half. Saw them control most of the play for the first half, as First goes with a long range effort, and D'Souza gets down. It takes a bobble over him, and initially I wasn't sure where that was going to end up, if it was going to end up over him and into the net, but in the end it is behind. There's the first corner of the second half now for the home side. Herbert with a little give and go, skips away from Green, chips into the back post, and that should have been buried. A great chance there for Burnaby to reduce the deficit. Max Comsia gets his head on it, couldn't direct it into goal, and it's wide off the mark. But another good chance for Burnaby, but no end product. Certainly looking more dangerous in the final third with those half-time substitutions. Friend sent crashing to the ground. Peter Lucas standing over this free kick. It's a good delivery into the box. It's headed clear by Tomei. Mejia, his shot's blocked. Thomas's shot blocked now. Langley keeping it alive. Mineta. Chipped in just over the head of Friend. Burnaby get it out, but Mejia wins it back. Tackles flying in left, right and centre in the middle of the pitch there. It breaks out to Thomas now. Dangerous ball in. Cross the face of goal. No takers there for Langley. And Fro will get it out for Burnaby. Comsia chasing it down, and Verhoeven will go all the way back to Matheus D'Souza. Verhoeven's ball forward, springs Lucas Friend there. He looks up, he sees Thomas in the middle. Still Friend, goes himself. Ricochets back to him. To Mejia now, makes room for the shot. Big slide and tackle to block that one. Green now. First did superb there to get in front of Mejia to block that shot. As Rukavina brings it down, but Mejia gets the challenge and knocks it out. And Burnaby will get a throw in as Langley about to make a double substitution here. Kyle Jones, the number 6, coming on for Grant Verhoeven. And Cash Fenrich, the young former Vancouver under-19s player, is now coming on as well, and making way is Vitor Lucas. Some flashes from Lucas out there, but a lot of style more than substance, you've got to say, from Brazilian through the first 55 minutes. Langley looking to keep their 6th clean sheet of the season. Burnaby have threatened so much in this game without really carving out too many clear goal scoring opportunities. It's been better in the second half. They've still not been able to take any of them though. Throw. Herbert, he's been quiet in the second half, but fires the shot off, only finding the back of Adam Hajeki. Hajeki will be very familiar with defending against many of these Burnaby's UBC players. 4 years with Trinity Western Spartans for the big centre back. Green outside to Thomas, he cuts that inside, it's cut out though by Norman. He's forced to go back, and now Dazovic will have to go all the way back to Roko Vukic. Good ball forward there from Vukic, it bounces off Komsia into Green. Fenrich chips it forward, can only find a black jersey. Brandon Momatani has come on at some stage as well. Didn't see him come on. Didn't see the announcement. Just check to see when that took place. It came on the same time as the double. Oh, and a great chance there for Mejia, tipped over by Vukic. So Momatani coming on for Adriano Calvarero Nunes in the 55th minute. Short corner, nice skill there from Friend. Turning inside, comes back to Mejia. He chips a delightful ball into the edge of the 6-yard box. It's bouncing about the Burnaby box. No one in a white jersey can get a shot off, and in the end, the free kick decision goes against the visitors. Fro gets out to Momatani on the wing. Tries to give the return ball back to Declan Fro. And it ends up taking a touch off Fenrich. He can't keep it in. It's out for a Burnaby corner. Fro was kind of arguing it had been kept in and would have maybe preferred to have the ball where it was, but in the end they're going to get this set piece opportunity as the hour mark approaches here at Burnaby Lake. Corner comes into Souza, out to meet that, punches it. Only fell to Luke Norman, who couldn't really get a cross in there. Burnaby though win it back, keep it alive, and Fro now looking for some movement. First plays that forward to Kumsi. He tried to touch it outside to Tomei, and it actually falls to Tomei in the end. Not quite what they had in mind, but the end result worked out. And you can see the ball holding up in the wind. It's a strong wind that's picked up, and it's in Burnaby's favour if they can fire some long-range efforts in. It's Mejia now, dancing into the box, goes for the top far corner. Can't get the curl on it or keep it down. It's over in the end, but another great opportunity. A third for Langley here, and you feel we'd put this one to bed. One back by the visitors, and Friend sends that in, but it's too close to Vukic, and he quickly throws this one out. Burnaby will very much feel they can still get something from this game. They need to get the next goal though, you feel. Jones, lovely ball out to the wing. Papakyriakopoulos took a bounce back into his path, but then couldn't control it and just runs behind for a Burnaby goal kick. Dazovic sends it forward. It's cut out by Green. Joseph Green still powering forward here. Mejia. Nice through ball for Lucas Friend. He makes room for the shot, goes down in the box rather easily. The referee says nothing in that. It's been a very fast-paced game from the first kick-off there as Fenrich wins that back. Evades the tackle and a big sliding challenge from Josh Tomei. Denies the young Langley sub chance for a second goal of the season. He scored the fourth goal in that 4-2 win over Unity midweek. Green sends this forward for Friend to chase down. Gets ahead of Dazovic. There's a couple of little digs at him. Green doesn't see anything free, goes back to Otamagi. Drag back from Thomas, who powers in the box, goes over, and the free kick is given right on the edge. The first challenge came outside the box. Referee not deeming it to have carried on into it, and Langley will just have to settle from a free kick, and this is in good Kyle Jones territory. Three-man wall lined up here. Jones sends it in. Thomas takes a swipe at it, can't fully connect, and Papakyriakopoulos with a wild flashing effort, high and over. 25 minutes remaining in this pulsating and entertaining encounter. Thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon watching the action here on the BCPL YouTube channel. Remember, you can keep up to date all season long with the BCPL on bcplsoccer.ca or download the PSLC app. As Rukavina tries to get on that through ball, but D'Souza quickly off his line to kick it into touch. Burnaby want to just quickly get on with the throw in here. Momitani. On first. Gets that one taken away from him by Thomas. Otamagi now touch inside just behind Jones. But here with a shot and a big diving save from Vukic to turn that around as near post. And it's going to be out for another Langley corner here. In the 66th minute. Here on corner kick duty, sends it in, it's headed clear, nobody in a black jersey to get on the end of that one, and it's going to come back into the Burnaby box. Thomas gets the better of Nadeau, but Nadeau recovers well to win it back. Now Herbert's got a chance to bring this forward. Burnaby breaking forward in numbers here, but Langley getting back well. It's a touch outside to Momitani. Herbert asking for the handball there on Hajeki. Officials not interested, and Langley quickly going the other way with Mahia. And a big block into Mahia there, and I wonder if that will bring out the first card of the afternoon for Burnaby, and indeed it does. Lucas Friend already on a yellow card for Langley. Brandon Momitani with a challenge. Mahia is still down in a little bit of discomfort there, just outside the box. He's a bit winded. I'm not sure if it hit him in the lower midriff or even more painfully a bit lower. He is kind of holding his stomach just now, so I think that was where he took the brunt of that challenge. But he's picked himself up to stand over this free kick opportunity with Kyle Jones. Past the midway point now of the second half into the last quarter of the game. Langley still with a 2-goal lead as Mahia sends this one high and over. Visitors scored early in the first half, late in the first half, and in between, Burnaby enjoyed the lion's share of the play without being able to really test Matthias D'Souza too much in the Langley goal. As Vukic's shot blocked there, but he came away with it. Norman threads that through to Komsiabe, just straight offside, and the flag up. He was in on goal, looking to add to his 5 goals that he's already had this season. And coming off a good year as well with UBC. He's had 10 goals and 5 assists from his 2 seasons with the Thunderbirds so far in youth sports. And Thomas makes it 3 in the quick breakaway from Langley. Kyle Jones playing that one in, and Thomas tucks it away just as I was taking a drink of water. Perfect timing, and Brodie Thomas gets his 4th of the year, and that might just be it now for Langley Another 3 points for the league leaders. And in the 70th minute, it's Burnaby 0, Langley United 3.
Langley United goal scored in the 70th minute by number 11, Brody Thomas.
Second assist of the season as well for Kyle Jones, as Burnaby gets straight back in it. Comsia makes room for the shot. Not really going to test D'Souza there, unfortunately. Nadeau wins that back, and Burnaby will try and bring it out now. It's a very impressive group that Azad Palani has put together for Langley for this year. It's really hard, you have to say, to not see them go back to back. As Thomas in again, and a big sliding tackle from Dazovic just as Thomas was poised to pull the trigger there. Norman looking for the free kick, referee not interested. And D'Souza will just let that run through to him. Green inside to Thomas or to Fenrich, and there was just a slightly heavy first touch from Cash Fenrich. Now Comsia thread through. This time he is onside, and he doesn't miss by much. It takes a slight deflection on the way through, and that was almost a way back into it for Burnaby. They'll quickly get on with the corner here. Chipped in, it's cleared, and Jones just gets a boot to make sure. He helps it along the way. Tomei in a battle here with Mejia, and you could tell he was going to take him out with that shoulder. He was eyeing that up the whole way as he chased him down. Double substitution now for Langley and for Burnaby. Owen Lemmer, the number 3, one of the subs coming on for Burnaby. Langley holding their subs, choosing not to make it there. The other sub coming on is Samuel Martinez, number 15, and Lemmer, one of those subs on the ball just now. And a third sub actually coming on for Burnaby there. Number 28, Connor Legg, is on as well. Herbert inside to Legg, looking for the return pass, as was Rukavina, but it's Langley that bring it out. Otamagi out to Mejia. Powers into the box. Goes for it himself. He had options inside that were maybe a little bit better. Herbert out to Lemmer, coming off his rookie season with the UVic Vikes. And first with a shot, it's on target, but never really going to find a way past Mateus de Souza. And now we do get the double substitution for Langley. And Connor McMillan and Marcus D'Andrea, number 17 and 19, are the players coming on. Lucas Friend's day is done. Number 15 makes his way off. Jones, just this one down, fires the shot off, and it's just high and over. I want to give a shout out to Kenneth Dennis that's got in touch on X. He's listening to this game while I was watching his kids' game on the pitch that was behind us. Rukavina inside to Herbert. Still Herbert can't get the shot off though, and it's cleared by McMillan. Green and Lemmer in a battle, and it's Green that wins the better of it. Using the strength to power forward. Watamagi just lets that run behind him. Jones now. Out to D'Andrea. Nice delivery into the box, but just too close to Vukic in the end. Mejia chasing this one down, tried to get on the end of it, but a big sliding tackle from Tomei knocks it out. Tomei feeling a little bit worse for there. We saw him go down in the first half when he took a ball straight to his head. This time it seems to be his left shoulder that's causing him a bit of problems after he slid in there. D'Andrea inside to Fenrich. Yes, to go all the way back. And Langley will switch it out to the right with Green. When he doesn't quite get the connection on that, he's looking down at the turf and acknowledging his mistake there. Leg sends that forward, but it's never going to find Max Comcia. Jones spins around. Don't think it was really meant to be a shot, but was it ahead of McMillan, straight to Vukic. Martinez battling away there, but gets it taken off him by Green. That's a great crossfield ball from Joseph Green. Momitani flying in to 2 challenges there, winning both of them. Herbert now. He's got Martinez and Comcia ahead of him. Forced to go back though, comes back to Herbert. Rukavina tries to thread that for Comcia, just had too much power on it. Oh, and D'Souza almost playing himself in trouble there from Martinez. Isa Martinez, a Nicaraguan under-20 international. Second season in the BCPL with Burnaby. And Jones sends that up for Thomas to chase down. Flag up on the near side anyway. Vukic didn't know that and was quickly off his line to deal with the danger. Another substitution for each team here. Tristan Otamagi going off for Langley. Rukavina.
Number 18, Sebastian Angerskov enters the match, while number 11, Brennan Hurst exits.
Battling away, and Burnaby have pulled one back. It's a great finish from Max Comcia, his 6th of the season. And with 7 minutes to go, Burnaby reduced the deficit to 2. Comcia powering his way into the box, getting the shot off, and making it goal number 6 on the season for Burnaby's leading scorer. '83rd minute. And Burnaby finally getting reward that their play has deserved. And they're pushing here to try and get another one quickly off the bat. Incidentally, the subs that were made there, Sebastian Agerskov, the number 18 for Burnaby, on the pitch, and coming on for Langley is number 31, Sukhman Gill. And Lemmer having a look on goal there. Burnaby's really raised their games in the closing moments here. They've got one. If they can get a quick second, it's going to make it a little bit nervy for Langley to try and see this out. Lemmer forward to Martinez, touch inside to Rukavina. Burnaby certainly playing with a spring in their step now. Momitani tries to get that up the wing for Rukavina, but a slide-in. D'Andrea knocks it out for the throw-in. Lake has to go all the way back to Tomei. Now Dazovic. Sia strongly wins that one off Finrich. Touch outside to Momitani, and his cross blocked once again by D'Andrea. Leg put under pressure from Mejia. Mejia plays that forward to Thomas, holding off the challenge of Dazovic. Turns inside. Now forced to the outside, goes down in the box. And that was a dive, and he's lucky not to get a yellow card for that. Referee being very lenient there on Brodie Thomas. Burnaby, though, just want to get on with it. Sia again. Burnaby trying to find a way through. Rukavina can't get the shot off, cuts it back. Agerskov under the attention now as well, and it comes out to leg. Comes back to Rukavina. And his cross cut out by McMillan, and it's behind for a corner. Just a sea of white jerseys in front of any Burnaby player there as they try to get the shots off. Corner though to the home side. Decent delivery. Martinez gets that taken off him by Mejia, but fights back to win it back for Burnaby. 3 minutes and stoppage time left for Burnaby. The clean sheet's gone for Langley. They'll just want the 3 points now and get out here on a chance. Josh Tomei, he doesn't get many goals, but he met that superbly, and that's just over the bar. Burnaby really turning up the heat in the closing moments. D'Souza will slow things down here, try and run some seconds off the clock. Be interesting to see how much stoppage time is going to get added. I can see Azad Palani asking the fourth official if he knows how many there's going to be. Here comes Sia. Try to knock it past Ajeki. He'll chase this down though. Herbert putting Green under a bit of pressure here, but Green doing well to get that up to Thomas. And he plays that back off his face to Jones. Thomas wins it back and wins the throw in for his side as well. And as we move into the last 2 minutes, Langley exactly where they want to be right now, which is in the Burnaby half. Thomas over the head of Dazovic. A bit of miscontrol in the end. He felt that it should have been a corner there. And a yellow card given to Kyle Jones as well for something he said to the referee in the way past. Thomas also shouting at the linesman there, and it's maybe lucky that the referee didn't see that. Martinez gets the better there of D'Andrea, but unfairly, says the referee. Into the final minute of regulation. Be expecting maybe 3 or 4 to get added on at the end of this. And it's 3 according to the fourth officials board that I've just had a sneak peek at. As Thomas fires a fierce shot off. And a big one-handed stop by Vukic. That is going to have stung. As he gets his paw up at the near post and turns that behind. Langley doing a good job of seeing out these final few moments of the game. Into stoppage time now. It's going to be a minimum of 3 added on. Cheaply given up there by Langley. Time is running out fast though for Burnaby. It would take something quite special for them to get a point from this now. But they will keep pushing till the very end. Andrea going down, and that should be enough to see Langley hold on here. They're where they want to be. They're good at running the clock out when they need to. And they'll try and keep this as close to the corner flag for as long as possible here. Kyle Jones just playing the little off-lay to even Mejia. Momitani clears it up, looking for Comsia. And the decision is going to go Langley's way as we move into the last minute of the 3 that was indicated by the officials. D'Andrea now up to Mejia. Still looking for more even Mejia, but he fires that quite high and over in the end. We're into the dying seconds of this one. It's been a good victory for Langley United. They opened the scoring just 2 minutes in from Dominic De Paula, who ended up going off with a shoulder injury. And there is the final whistle. It's 8 from 8 for the defending champions. They increased their lead at the top of the BCPL table to 8 points over TSS Rovers. The Rovers in action tomorrow afternoon up at UBC against Vancouver Whitecaps. De Paula, 2 minutes in, opened the scoring. Even Mejia, 2 minutes into first half stoppage time, doubled that lead. That's how it stood until 20 minutes from the end. Brody Thomas made it 3-0. Max Comsia pulled one back with 7 minutes to go for Burnaby, but it finishes here at Burnaby Lake. Burnaby FC 1, Langley United 3. I've been Michael McCall. Thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon watching and supporting BC Soccer here on BCPL YouTube channel. We're back next Sunday for the games of the week over on the island in Nanaimo as Nanaimo United take on Altitude FC. Pair of games in there. I'll have the call for that. Until then, have the good rest of the weekend, rest of the week, and I'll catch you at the pitch again soon.